Boa tarde a todos aqui e aos que estão lá em casa. Não sei se o José Pedro está aqui ou está lá em casa.
Estou em casa, por si.
Ok. A Daniela Rato está hoje connosco também remotamente e vai também fazer... sorry, in English. This is an English class. I was saying that Daniela, whom you've met in the first class, 3 weeks ago, I believe, she's going to be here with us through Zoom, and she's also going to be evaluating the assignments, okay? In the end, it will be an average of both our grades. So I will randomize a couple of the order by which you should present. So in this case, we are talking about P2. That means from group 7 to 11, I think. So this is from group 7 to 11. And group 7 to 11. So let's put here 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we can randomize this. Randomize. Okay, so group 11 will be the first, then 8, and so on and so forth, okay? How does it work? Well, all you have to do is to share your screen. It can be one of the persons in the group whom you should have selected beforehand, or more than one, it's okay. You will be using the program and discussing, and we might want to see some code. We might ask a couple of questions just to see how the program is working. That's it, okay? Nothing special. In the morning it went well, no problems. So let's begin with group 11. Who is it? Who is group 11?
We are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want, okay, do you want to, is it okay that you
I think it's okay, but
okay?
yes.
Okay. So who's going to present?
I can present it.
Okay.
Give me a sec.
So if you can, Bartosz, share your screen.
Yeah.
And also put the microphone on so that the people can hear you.
Okay, actually I can share whole screen.
There is some probably there is someone near you with the microphone on. Everyone else please shut down the microphone. Okay,
Okay, so maybe at first I will show how does it work, and then I will discuss it and present every step of it.
Just a question, just a remark. Try not to show the whole code because there are still some other groups who are going to be presenting the next week. So don't try not to show the entire code. Yes?
Not to show what?
The code.
The code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just show the internal running the code. If you want to show a bit of the code, it's okay.
Yeah, so I think main function isn't that complicated, and I will stay here. Okay, so let me run this. So CD.
Now is when the leader starts shaking.
Yes, it is. Main. I'm not sure if it's visible. All right, so at first, maybe let's use this program without time module. So let's just define maximum value. Let's say I would like to run the test with 10 questions. So to type 10 letters. Oh, main dot no underscore b dot yeah. Okay, so now program asks to press any key, and okay, let me type some right letters. I'll make a mistake. Okay, so that's the what is the name of it?
Directory.
Directory. No, not directory. I mean this this thing which was printed here. Dictionary, yes, dictionary. Yeah, I forgot. All right, so here is the dictionary. So we can see all the stats here. I don't know if to like say something more about it. I think it's pretty the same as on your video you showed. Yeah, sure. -h.
Okay, so maximum value. Okay, so it says it is explicit. It shows exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah.
So now can you show me the time more?
Yeah, sure. So UTM, let's say I want to run the test for maybe 7 seconds this time. All right, so let's start it. MLQ. Well, I'm pretty good at it. So yeah. And again, we've got those statistics and all those things printed in dictionary. So
can you run again and not put any correct letter?
Okay.
Just to see if the accuracy is 0.
okay. Oh, I have to run it
You are
again.
hitting something.
Yeah.
You typed P correctly. Okay, wrong. Good.
Okay, so number of hits are 0. Those are number of correct answers.
There is the accuracy 0. Okay, it makes sense. What if, for example, you say that you want 10 seconds, so put in time mode 10 seconds, and after the program asks you for the first question, don't answer anything.
Okay.
Okay, so start the test. Okay, let's wait for P, and now you wait for 15 seconds. What will happen?
Okay.
Is it going to interrupt after 10 seconds? Or
No, it is not going to interrupt, but it's not going to like save my answer. It will be ignored when 10 seconds will pass. Okay.
It's after
Yes, because the time has passed. So now I pressed something. It didn't even save it, and it says that I have no inputs because the time is over. So
I had this discussion this morning with the people from the other class. When this is the case, so when there was no attempt at all, it's better to put a none in the accuracy. So because a 0 is what is the accuracy that you have when you have tried sometimes and you have hit none. So for example, 0 hits over 10 attempts is 0 accuracy. But if you are, for example, doing 0 attempts, it doesn't make sense to have a 0 accuracy. It's not a number accuracy. So
Okay, I see. That's not a problem, I think. But okay.
So let me see the rest. Daniela, do you want to ask something?
Can you please start the test and then press 2?
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn off my microphone because we are having some. I didn't understand what Danielle said. What did she ask for?
We don't have like the sound.
Yeah, I have a sound.
Okay, Daniela, can you hear? Can you listen to Daniela?
Yeah, right now is.
I asked to start the test and press space to see if the test is interrupted.
To see how it is interrupted, yes? What's going on then?
I think what she was asking is that there was a functionality which was requested that you press the space bar to interrupt.
Okay.
Do you have this implemented?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Can you show?
We can test it in time module also because it will be faster. So if I'm doing some stuff here, I can press space and it's interrupted. And it shows or like all the results of my types I typed until I pressed space. So they're like all saved. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay, thanks. So let's go to the next group. No, by the way, before that, you should tell me whether you've worked all the same or if you want someone to have a discount, do you know the rules, right? Did you take a look at the rules? No.
A little bit.
A look. Do you know what they are about? So basically, in a group, some of the people can say, I didn't work as much as the other. And if that is the case, they can say, okay, I should get -1 value or 2 or 3 or 0.5, you decide. Then the other guy who has worked more than me. So if you want and if you all agree, you can do this. If you all work the same, it's the same grade for the same.
No, it's all the same, I think. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go to group number 8. That's the following on the list.
Obrigado.
Nada. Who is group number 6? Seis. Number 6. Yeah. 6. Não, não é o 8, desculpe. 8, estava bem mal. 8. Estou a ver pior, cada vez pior. 8. And the microphone, please. Hmm? Turn on, turn on. I can't hear you. And Daniela also not. Not the code. It's better not to look at the code because more people will present. Better to show me the program functioning. Yeah. Daniela, can you hear Luke as well? Or is he very...
No.
I think...
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have to increase the sound in your microphone.
No, it's better.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. So the first test where I'm going to make is like the input mode. You give the max value of inputs, and when you run it, shows this. Say in a print that we are in maximum number of inputs mode and how much inputs you have available. So you press a key to start. Here we have a print to say that if you want to abort the test in the middle, just press spacebar. So we type letter. Okay. Let me do it some more. As we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. The test is over. And the statistics we have. And we have also a message to motivate the user, like according to the accuracy. Between 50% and 100%, and we have this type of message.
Yeah, just fill everything. Let's see what it says.
Yeah. So I bet this was fun. We have a function to play again with the same arguments. Like we press yes. So start again. If I miss everything, no, I didn't miss everything. Like the message it's under, like you miss more than 50%, keep practicing. So we have the accuracy, the inputs, number of hits, everything.
How did you print this part with colors, the keys with colors? I didn't know this part about printing the keys with colors. This print is special because accuracy, inputs, number of hits, this is red and the text is, the values are in black. How did you do it?
Can you say it again?
It's difficult to understand. I was asking how you can print these keys of the dictionary in red and not, why isn't that?
In red.
How did you do it?
Like I searched the internet and I found this function that they use this kind of thing. You put inside what you want to print and it prints like that.
All right.
We tested it, it's good, so we can.
Okay, looks good, looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you interrupt the program with the space?
Yeah, let me put again. If I like MV, if I press space, attention, you press the space bar, test the board.
Okay, and some other question. If you put, the question I asked them, so if you say it's 10 seconds max, and the program reaches 10 seconds, but the user has still not pressed something, what is going to happen?
The test going
Okay,
down,
can you show it?
goes down.
For example, put it for
Yeah.
5 seconds and don't give any input to the program. Let's see if it interrupts itself.
Like I give the other argument to use the time mode. So now the message is different. Like you are in time mode, you have 10 seconds to complete. If like I don't press anything, if the user doesn't
So
want to
after
play.
10 seconds, this should interrupt, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You can see here, test duration, 10 seconds.
Okay.
And the accuracy is none because I didn't press anything. The inputs is empty. All none with the durations as well because we don't have any inputs. And the message like you should have played if you don't type any letter.
It says, okay, great, looks good.
Okay.
Daniela, do you want to ask something about this?
Let me.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Okay, thanks. About the distribution of work, how is it for this group?
It was all the same.
Okay. Okay.
No, and if you press no, I didn't show this. Says goodbye, see you next time.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Let's go to the next group then. Now the next group is, oops, number 9. Who is number 9?
We are, it's me, Sara, and Diogo.
Okay. All apart.
Yeah. I can share my screen. Is my microphone on? Yes.
Your microphone is okay.
Okay, we can start the program. I don't know if you want to ask any questions.
You can start with the -H.
Sorry?
With the help message, -H.
Yeah, minus.
-H or minus help.
Yeah.
So help, okay.
We can then main.py / maximum value, I don't know, maximum value 5.
That was maximum.
Sorry, let's point in back / maximum value .5. It says program stops after 5 letters. Quick and alert, start the test, press spacebar to end. The program wants B. If you press B, it says you've pressed B correctly. If you've pressed incorrectly, it says over there. After you've pressed the 5, the program says you have reached the maximum value of 5 letters. Typing test ended. Here are your stats. And there are the stats,
Okay.
the tuple, and yeah, this is it. If we want to try the use time mode,
Yeah.
you can just put it's a bar. What's that called in English? This symbol.
Dash.
Dash.
Not,
Okay.
yeah, dash.
Dash UTM.
Oh, not is it dash? Is it? It's dash. The minus is a dash. Okay.
Okay. Now you have to stop after 5 seconds. Click on any letter to start the test. If you press anything after 5 seconds, a new message appears that says, and you've typed, oh, too late. And it doesn't account for it on the, on here, on the stats.
But nonetheless, it waits for the user to press the last one.
Waits.
Okay. But it does express the fact that it's not going to count.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that plan B. Okay. What else? Daniel, do you have something else? Sorry, Daniel, before you, can you show what happens if you type nothing? So again, 5-second test. I just want to see if you put a none or a 0 in accuracy.
Yeah, we tried this now. We haven't accounted for that, but it breaks the program basically.
Ah, that's nice. I like programs breaking. So 0%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
You have reached
have an
the
exception.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you dividing by 0 or something?
Yeah, it's
division by zero.
division
Okay.
by 0. Yeah.
Okay, I won my day already. I was able to put something failing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. Daniela, do you have something to ask?
Can you please press the spacebar?
I can't hear her. Sorry.
She asked if you could press the spacebar. So show the interruption with the spacebar.
Oh, okay, sure. Let me just clear this. If I press something and press the spacebar, the program was interrupted. You press the spacebar.
Okay, nice. And you don't show.
You don't show the stats. It doesn't calculate the stats. It just breaks the program.
Okay. I think that's it. Do you want to ask something else, Daniela?
No.
No? Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go to group number 10. Who's number 10? Okay, you have to speak louder. Okay. Wait, it's sorry, Miguel. It's still not working. The microphone. You put louder, but then it shuts down afterwards. I think Zoom auto compensates. So after a while.
Okay.
Okay, now it's better.
Better?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay.
Daniela, can you hear him?
Uh,
Doesn't work anymore. Sorry, Miguel. Can you do this? Can you come here and I will show you because she cannot hear you. Yeah, come here. So if you go here to the problem, I think is Zoom is automatically compensating the microphone. If you go to audio settings,
okay.
and then microphone and take away this automatically adjust microphone. Perhaps this will work. Let's see if we can solve the issue with Miguel's microphone. Você está de Bluetooth? Talvez. Pois. Os Bluetooths normalmente, por isso, olha, eu comprei um Bluetooth e depois deitei fora e comprei uma coisa dessa.
Okay, I already did that. I don't know if it's better.
Yeah, there is a lot of noise. Better that you explain and I translate to Daniel. I think it's better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Lucas.
Obrigado.
Actually, I bought some Bluetooth, and they were not the cheapest. They were 30 euros, but they were always doing and I go crazy with this sound. I cannot use them, especially when there was silence.
Okay.
Okay, now yes.
Okay. So I'm going to first try the time mode. So dash UTM max value of 5 seconds.
Okay.
So press any key to start. I'm going to then the last one didn't get in the stats because it was after the 5 seconds. And it calculates all the stats, accuracy, all the inputs, and the average hit and miss. If I got all of them wrong, it appears 0. Yes.
Okay, there is a 0. Okay.
Now I can use the input mode. So 5.
Okay, can you do a test, Miguel? Can you run the program?
Yes.
And hit, but only after 2 seconds. So take 2 seconds to put the correct hits, and then be very fast missing. Let's see if the type hit average duration and type miss average duration makes sense.
Okay. So
let's see if you can count to 2 seconds.
Okay.
Hey, 4 seconds. Come on, you take 4 seconds instead of 2 for hitting, and for the others very fast. Makes sense.
Okay. The help also is here, and the space to exit.
The help is a copy from what I had in the README. I think the message doesn't make sense because it's the same message for both parameters.
Oh yes,
If you read it.
yes. I didn't. Oh. Yes, but I didn't adjust to the mode. Okay.
Okay, what else?
I'm going to hit space so that it can. If I hit space, it breaks.
It breaks, okay. And if you, does it need the last input to be inserted, or does it abort automatically after the timeout?
No, it
waits for the last input.
Yes, after the.
Okay. I think that's it. Daniela, do you need something else?
No.
Okay. Thanks, Miguel. Do you want to say something? No, you have nothing else to show, right?
No.
Okay. I forgot to ask before for the other groups as well. If there was some kind of asymmetry that you want to declare. In this case, in group number 10, was everyone worked the same?
We had a problem with our colleague. Fadi he was sick with COVID, and me and
Yes, COVID, I don't know.
yes, and he is not from Portugal, so he had problems with the hospitals and. So
what do you want to do with that? I don't know. In this case, I think it's a problem because since he was sick,
yes,
he can give me a. Let me write down here. So it was Fadi, no?
Yes.
He didn't tell me anything. Well, you should be worried about stuff. Fadi here. Let me write this down just to see. Apart from that, everyone worked the same, no? That's it.
Yes.
Insert comment. Okay. All right. So that's it. Thanks. The other groups before, I forgot to ask. I don't remember which were the groups, but the other groups from before. Do you want to declare anything about asymmetries or not? No? Okay. I forgot to ask. Okay. So the last one is number 7. Who's group number 7? Group number 7? Ah, okay. You were out of my field of view. Ok, Rafael. Ele é que vai apresentar? You are present? Okay, go ahead. Share the screen. So who are you? João Nunes? Okay. You have to turn on the microphone, João. It's not on. I don't hear anything. Can you just increase the gain or something? No.
Okay,
better.
You can hear now?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see the terminal, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I'm going to run the program. I'm going to start with the function help.
Okay, try the help.
To show the. Okay, so here we can see that the program has to put an input, the max value, and we can also put UTM to select the time mode. So if I put a max value of 10 and start the test, it says here that the test will end after 10 inputs, and we have to press a key to start. Okay. So I can just, now I can just, okay.
Okay. It shows there, by the way, the test I asked, was it to the Miguel before? You did it now without trying. In the hits, you took longer than in the misses. You were very fast in the misses and slow in the hits. And you can see there in the end. Can you show the end? The end of the terminal? Yeah, you see, you took almost 1 second,
Yes,
0.8, and then, yeah. So the statistics make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying what?
Okay, so here, when I hit the correct letter, it appears in green and the wrong in red. And
Okay, so I remember one of your colleagues came to speak to me about this, the way this was being printed. So you saw here from other assignments that the colleagues found other ways to print. But here is also okay, no problem. Okay.
it's part of here.
See if we consigo. I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, here.
Okay, can you run with the time now?
Yes. Okay, so just put UTM in the end. Now I can start. Yes. Can this? Okay. So here you can see that after 10 seconds, the text. Sorry.
And how about if you don't type anything? So for example, do the test where you again run it for 10 seconds. Can you do it? Okay, now press something to start the test. Now don't press anything.
Yes, if I don't press nothing,
It will wait forever.
Yes.
Okay. And does it have this plan B that Manel, for example, showed before, saying, okay, you press something out of time, it's not going to count, or it just counts this type, last type?
Sorry, I didn't see
So for example,
I thought the class was at 2. So, sorry.
Okay,
I was late.
did you understand my question?
No.
I was asking, if now you type, for example, C, type C now. So this was out of time. Does C you counted C as input? Yeah, it was there. Okay.
Yes.
So it was out of type. Okay. That was my question. I answered it already.
Okay, so and if I press the space bar after the test starts
it aborts.
at any time, okay, it ends the
Okay.
test.
Spacebar press. That's finished. Okay, makes sense. Daniela, do you want to ask something?
No.
No? Okay. Statistics. Okay, that's it. Do you have something else to show?
No,
Okay.
no, that's it.
Okay, thanks. So that's it. We have the all the evaluations. The other question. Do you want to declare some kind of asymmetry or not? No?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we have all the groups evaluated. The final evaluations will be only released after the P3. Okay, so at least until next Wednesday you have to wait. But I think it went very well. So most of you did everything that was requested. Now we do a 5 minutes break and then we come back to our group number 5. Okay? Daniela, obrigado. Até amanhã, tá bem?
Também.
Até amanhã. Ok, estamos de volta. Vamos começar aqui com o Vinícius, que tem, pelos vistos, fez o hack ao GitHub e agora está com problemas. Ora, partilha lá. Ah, sorry, in English. So we start with Vinicius because he has some problem with GitHub, and apparently when you push some code, it seems as if it's not registered. It's not your user. Is that it? Again, Vinicius, what's your problem? Microphone and share screen.
And
Okay.
use it.
Go ahead,
Just
Vinicius.
just speak. Tá?
Did you push something? Can you show me a commit where you pushed? Ah, it's here, Vinicius. Ah. Is he a collaborator? Can you show me the settings of this repository? It should be the one who created. Is the administrator. Perhaps you didn't put him as a collaborator, you put it as someone else, some other kind of user. Show the settings. Yeah, we can. So João Pedro, collaborator. No, Vinicius, but this you've done this through using PyCharm, no? This commit, you did it through PyCharm? Okay, so let's go back to your screen, please. And let's do a commit without PyCharm to make sure that it is, if it's a problem of PyCharm or not. So you can go to the README and just put something else. You edit this. There is a pencil there, top right corner, pencil. Yeah, write something there, just to make it different. Okay. Okay, now you save this, and this is going to be a new push, which doesn't go through PyCharm. Below is a commit button. Yeah, commit. Okay, now it says there, Vinicius. Can you? And does it appear? So you still are not in the contributors, are you? Go to the, contribute. Okay, now you are there. So perhaps it's a problem of PyCharm. How did you authenticate PyCharm? So turn on your PyCharm. You go to Git. Now what? I have no idea where. Where is there? Is there something to reconfigure the user? File, okay. Okay, take it away. So just delete this one. Minus. You put minus and you just take it away. Okay, now don't put another count. Now say apply, for example. Okay, so now supposedly PyCharm is not configured for interfacing with GitHub. What are you going to do now? You are going to try to push something, and PyCharm is going to ask you, how can I push? Just push OK. Now, can you pull? Can you do the blue one, the update project? Okay. Yeah, let's see what happens. The README should be updated, no? Okay, the README was updated. Now you go back to the README and put something else more. Not through here, through PyCharm. You can just double click, yeah. Okay, something else there. Now, okay, good. Now, when you commit the green check, the check mark, it is going to say commit, blah, 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 commit and push. You see the gray button, commit and push. Okay, now, yes, push. Okay, now he's saying you don't have an interface with GitHub and you are going to use a token. So don't do that, use token. And you should generate a token. Go to generate. I cannot help you with that. But can't you try to recover or something? So leave this page open, go to GitHub and try to. Yeah, you have to go to your email, blah, blah, blah. Okay, find your password and then we continue, okay? Find your password first. So continue this. When you finish, call me and then we go back to you, okay? Now we try to advance with this Opencv part. Okay, this is not used. PyCharm. Oops. Okay, the terminal. Okay. And here we can go to PSR. Part 05, right? Okay, so in the morning I did a mixture of 1 and 2. So hopefully you try to do this at home. This is going to increase the difficulty and the amount of exercises that are asked for you to work on at home. You should try to do them at home, I told you before. So do you have any questions about some exercise that I should try to do here? Did you try it or not? Did you have time? Yes?
I have in QF, I think, but yeah, I can't do the 2F.
Okay, let's try it.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. So, so this was after doing the creating a mask using the CFA in range, right? Was it? Yeah. Okay. So there is, but or we can do it like no. Let's use the CFA in range. So I'm going to in range. I'm going to take this away. Okay. So what we have here from at the beginning of 2F, if you've done everything before that, we are not using HSV, we are just using RGB, it's the same. So at the beginning of 2F, what do we have? We have a dictionary with the maximum and minimum ranges for all 3 channels. We have a way to convert from our representation in dictionaries to what is needed by the in-range function. I did this in the theoretical, didn't I? This part, no? Yes, I did. I did. So here I did it this morning in the theoretical class. So you know what this is. Now, after this, we have a mask. We can actually take a look at this mask by showing the original image and also the mask image. So let me show you the mask. Okay, I will shut down my video, okay, because otherwise I have always this this window, which is quite annoying. Where is not my Zoom? Oh, Lucas, partilha aí o ecrã, por favor. My Zoom crashes. Okay, thanks. Okay, so first stop video, now share screen. Okay, now let's try to look at this. So exercise number 2, copy path reference, absolute path, CD. Okay, so I'm here. Exercise is main 2D. If I run it, actually I was already using argparse to indicate an image, so I have to say minus minus image 1, and then I go back, I go into the images folder, and then I run, for example, Atlas 2000, and okay, so this image. Okay, so I have the original image, my input image, and then I have a mask, which was created using the function inRange from Opencv. So far, so good. That was what we talked this morning. If you guys have some questions, let me know, okay? Because you couldn't be there because it's in Portuguese. This mask, you can check the type of the variable if you do a print of the type of image RGB. You can also do a print of the type of the mask. If you do this, both are variables of type NumPy and the array. So they are multidimensional arrays from the library NumPy, okay? The question now that we want to take a look at is not the type of the variable itself that contains the complete image, but the type of the elements inside that image, okay? So they could be integers, they could be floats, they could be booleans. And if we, the way to see this is if we print the D type, so data type here, okay? Because they are NumPy arrays, they have a field called data type, which we can take a look at and print. Okay, so now if we run this, we can see that both are uint8 types. Uint8 is 8 bits, U for unsigned, int for integer. So unsigned integers of 8 bits, that means numbers from 0 until 255. Which is not really helpful for us because if we are using a mask, the mask should be a Boolean mask. That means the values there should be between, they should be either false or true. That's what NumPy, Opencv and NumPy, because Opencv should return a mask, but the masks in Opencv are of types uint8, whereas in NumPy, the masks are what they should be. Now, better? Yeah, I was taking this away. So we go mask has type NumPy bool. So here we are converting our mask from an unsigned integer 8 to a Boolean value. And then we can print again the data type. You see, now we have a Boolean here, okay? So we did a conversion of the data types of that matrix. And you are saying, why are you going to do this conversion? What's the point? The point is that if these masks are Boolean, now we can use them like we did use in MATLAB logical arrays. We can use them in NumPy as masks. And you will see how in a moment. But first we have another problem, which is the problem in line 43. 36. The problem in line 36 is this, is that now we are doing an EM show of a NumPy array, which is of type Boolean, and the EM show function does not know how to show these images, okay? So EM show only knows how to show uint8 images. So we can, just for the purpose of showing, of visualizing, go back and do the opposite conversion just for visualization. So we can pick up the mask and do a as type np uint8, and now so this was converted to true or false. It is going to be converted back to 0 or 1, but the white is not 1, is 255. So here we have to multiply by 255, okay? So this is the conversion on the other direction. So now if we do this, we have our mask being visualized, and we know that the variable mask is of type Boolean, the elements of the matrix. You understood what I mean? Okay, so far so good. Now that we have this, what we can do is to use this mask like we used in SVPI in MATLAB. So using a mask indexation, we could do something like this. image RGB. So I'm going to create a copy. Image changed or processed is going to be the same as image RGB. And I have to do a copy of this. Otherwise, let me try to explain this part later. Okay, so I'm going to do a copy for image processed of the image RGB. And now I'm going to show you here my image processed. I had it here already. Image processed, okay? So right now, if I run this, of course, the image processed is just the same as the original one. Nothing new, okay? But I'm going to do something to the image processed. I'm going to pick it up and, for example, to say the portions of image processed. So let's just say image processed is the image processed multiplied by 0.2. What will happen to the image? It will become much darker, right? Because values of 200 will be only be 20% of 200, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to have, that's strange, by 0.2. That's really strange. I don't know why this happened.
I think it's using the
What?
mask image.
It's using? No, shouldn't be. Why?
Seems like in the image, but in the code, I don't think.
Ah, okay. That's awkward. Perhaps this should be a deep copy. Let me just see here.
Maybe because of another flow.
It could be that, yeah, okay. So that was my explanation. If we were using this multiplication, this subtraction by 20. Yeah. But when we multiply by 0.2, there is no underflow. Yeah. So that was why I was puzzled. I'm still puzzled, so let's, well, if I do nothing, it is going to work just fine. Now, what's the type of this guy? Let me see the type of it. Processed. Okay, thanks. It's uint8 also. I don't understand what's happening here. It's awkward that if I subtract or multiply something, it seems like an underflow always occurs, as I explained in today's theoretical class, but it shouldn't. That's strange. That's strange. Where is it? Ah, okay, yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Yeah, let me do this. So deep copy, and now as type numpy uint8. Okay, now yes. Now I understand what was happening. Not yet.
I think it's because you're multiplying.
Ah, but okay. Yeah. That's it. Because I multiply, the result is a float, so I have to convert it back to np uint8. Okay, so numpy array was converting it back to float. That's it. Thanks, Lucas. Okay, now yes, now I can multiply and I see an image which is much darker. Okay, so if all pixels are valued 20% of what they were, it's going to be darker. It can also be bigger than it was, although now we can have an overflow in this case. Okay, but okay, so there is some overflow in the white lines, but for the most part, the image becomes brighter, as was expected. Okay. The question now is that we are doing this operation. Let's use the darkening of the image in the example before, because that one didn't have an underflow, so it's better. The question is, I don't want to do this operation of darkening the image for the entire image, but only for some particular pixels. in fact, only those pixels which have been identified in the mask, okay? So this is the concept of a masked operation. It's an operation that doesn't occur for all the pixels, but instead only for a few pixels which are identified by the mask. Not a few, it can be a few or all of them, it depends on the mask itself. So we can do this. So the image processed of my mask is going, not here, sorry. Yes, here. Is going to be like this, okay? So I'm not going to use all the pixels. I'm just going to use the pixels which are selected by the mask. I think this should work. Let's try it. Okay, so now you can see that the detection of green happened mostly on that box. And in fact, the box is becoming darker. You see there? The box is much darker. I can also say something like this. This part here is not going to be darkened. Okay, so let's do something else. I'm going to do a darkening, not of the mask, but of the opposite of the mask, because I want to darken everything but the detection of green. So I'm going to do NP logical not. So I'm going to do an inversion. NP logical not. Okay. And right now what I have is a darkening only of the regions which have not been identified as green. So everything else but the box, the green box. And now for the green box, I want to replace the pixel values of that green box by pure green. So what can I do now? I can do something like this. So the pixels which are identified by the box are going to be pure green. So 0 blue, 255 green, 0 red. Okay, yeah, that's it, okay? So everything darker except those which have been detected as green, which are pure green. You have many other ways of doing it. This is just the first one that came to mind, but it's an example of how to do the exercise. In the case of the exercise, what was asked was to do something not so elaborate. In any case, I can show you a practical example of where I've used these techniques. I just have to turn on my external hard drive. Okay, let's see. You know how I am about finding stuff. I can never find stuff. I always take a long time finding stuff, so have some patience, please. So actually right now, because I found it for the other class, it's going to be easy. Okay, so before. So I was developing a code which was, where is motion here? Motion. Yeah, I can go here first. Okay, now, yeah, this. So this was a project for a company which was doing what they call video analytics. So the goal here is to process a video. Suppose that you have surveillance cameras in a neighborhood, and what you want to do in order to have a full recording of what happens is that you want to save all the images, all frames to some hard drive. If you start doing this at 30 hertz for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, quite soon you have a gigantic amount of information which you cannot store anymore. So one idea is to do a recording only when some algorithm identifies that there is motion, okay? So this algorithm is doing this, is trying to figure out when the video is observing motion, okay? And what we are doing here is trying to use this mask. You see the mask on the right, top right side. So you see white, every pixel that I believe, or the algorithm believes is moving. So this was just an application. What I did to try to highlight better what was moving was this. Exactly what I showed you before, if this works. Yeah, so you see, what we are doing is trying to highlight the moving parts by putting an aura. That means everything becomes brighter where it's moving. Okay? It's like an attention mechanism. If someone is watching, it will look more likely to the parts which are highlighted than to the others. Another example here, which I'm not sure if it's best. Yeah, looks better now. Okay, so you can see here the mask on the right hand side, and all that we are doing is using this mask to brighten the areas that are. Yeah, go ahead, Manuel. Yeah. Yeah, that's the basic idea of optical flow, which is the name of the algorithm. In fact, a motion is something that changes from frame to frame, and that was the basic idea. I don't remember all the details now, but that was clearly the basic idea. Trying to figure out the differences between the previous frame and the current one, or a set of previouses. I'm not sure if it was just one or many. What else? I can show you some other examples. What is this background subtraction? Oh, that's the same. Okay, this one, I'm not sure. So some of these people have already had the vision with me last semester. So I'm sorry, but I never know if I've already shown the videos or not. And also there are some people here which did not have vision. So if this is the same video, I'm sorry. But another example of computer vision using Opencv is this. The goal here is to be able to detect motion. Okay, so it's the same application, detecting motion, but using the detection of motion for something in particular to compress a video. So suppose that you want to see what happened in front of your house the last week. So I can give you 24 hours of video times 7, but will you have time to look at all of it? You probably won't. So the computer can look at the video and select the portions of the video where some motion has been observed. So you could see a video like this. So for example, there's someone coming out. This is on ×1 playback mode. Nothing happens. It goes to up to 50, okay? So someone is coming back in. Nothing is happening for a couple of minutes. Then someone else crosses the street. And so on and so forth. So the video, you generate a new video where some of the frames are just discarded because nothing happened there. Nothing happened, no motion.
But how the program distinguish the palm motion, the palm moving to the persons or cars?
That's a very good question, because that is one of the problems with this algorithm, is that sometimes you have motion, for example, from the leaves in the trees and this kind of stuff, and if you are constantly detecting motion and recording, you will have the same problem of storing too much information. We didn't try to approach this problem, but one idea that when I thought about it I had was to try to detect motion which was periodical. So a palm tree is always like this. And so it always goes back and forth on the same style of motion. You can try to discard this type of motions as opposed to the others. But never tried it before. Okay?
That's because I have some cameras and that cameras have that problem.
Yeah, you see? Okay. So I don't have a lot of connection to the industry, but I'm very happy when I see that they have the same problems, and it's not only me that cannot solve those problems. Yeah. So how much did you pay for those cameras? If you pay me half, perhaps I can try to help you. What else? I have some other stuff. For example, for these surveillance cameras, some other applications that are quite interesting are, for example, the detection of color. Where is it? Detection of color. Here's an example. The idea here was to have a detection of a vehicle and try to identify what was the color of that vehicle. Okay. This is not the best video, sorry. I have some other which is perhaps more interesting. Here. Okay, so given an image which contains a vehicle inside, what is the color of that vehicle? This is not such an easy task because of this. So who volunteers? Bartosz, you are going to volunteer, okay? Please volunteer immediately. So Bartosz, can you please tell me what is the color of these bananas? Okay. In fact, no, they are not blue. If you take a look, they are gray, you see? So in fact, everyone takes a look at this and sees yellow. But if you take a look at the real pixel value, for that region, for example, it is actually gray. Yet, if you look at the picture, we see yellow. That's because the way we identify color is not just by analyzing the pure value of gamut of the object. It is also a matter of semantics. So we know it's a banana. We know bananas are yellow. Well, apparently in Bartosz's country they are blue, but here they are yellow. And we try to do this kind of semantics. And this is very hard to ask for a computer to do. But we were working on that. Where's the video? I lost it. Come on. I lost the video. No, here. So here we were trying to figure out a way to identify which was the color. And what we had was a voting scheme, a histogram. You can see here in this figure 1 color histogram. It was a histogram where we would pick up all the pixels and all of them would receive a classification if they are blue or white or something. And then they would be counted, and you would have, for example, for this picture, a count of the black pixels, of the pixels which have been classified as black, those which have been classified as white, and gray, white, red, and so on. The problem was that even then, after we do the classification, by the way, the output of the classification is in this image, output dictionary, you see it? Here we replace all the pixels by the color with which we have classified them. So for example, the red in the car, which is dark red, bright red, sunny red, something like this, is all replaced by a single red, you see? Because it has all been classified as red. And I was saying that this part here is then used to count. So we have this histogram, and it's based on this histogram that we then try to decide if we are watching a red car or a green car or a blue car, something like this, okay? For example, this one here has a lot of white, so perhaps it's a white car. Let's see some others. I hate the white cars. They are so difficult to detect. So for example, this blue car, this is very difficult because this is not really blue. This is very, very dark, okay? So you see, almost no blue is there. I had some nice ones. I only see, I like the red ones. The red ones are really easy to detect. But I don't know why I only have whites. Oh, here's the red one, okay? So you can see here that we have some red. Okay, another application was the usage of tracking. And this is in slow motion, perhaps this one. So you can also, again, using the same thing as Manel asked, if you compare this frame with the previous one, you can have an idea of where a vehicle which is detected on frame T is on frame T plus 1. And you can do what is called tracking, seguimento in Portuguese. And the idea here was that we were able to figure out that although we have many images of a black car, they are all images of the same black car, okay? So you have some coherence, temporal coherence over time, where you can say this is all the same car. For example, if I give you again 24 hours times 7 days a week of video and tell you, show me the yellow cars in this image, in these images, you would lose a lot of time going over all the frames in this video, always identify the same yellow car which is parked there. Whereas if the automatic system can detect that this is the same car, it will only show you a frame saying, okay, I have 200 other frames, so I have 2 hours of video of that same car parked there, but you don't have to see them unless you want to get bored, okay? So these are just some examples of Opencv. By the way, did I show you this on SVPI? I did, no? Okay. Sorry, I forget. Now we continue with the exercises. The idea here is now to go try to do some track bars and some program which will be able to identify the motion of the track bars in order to define the limits, the maximum and minimum limits. Anyone try to do this? No. You can try. You still have how much time? I don't know how much time, but you have some time. Yeah, you have 40 minutes. Diga. Okay, Vinicius. Vinicius knows his password. Great. Can you share the screen? Okay, so by the way, line 44 will be a problem because in Python, if you put parentheses around something, it is going to be a tuple. I'm talking to you, Vinicius. Line 44. You put a parenthesis around, and that means it is going to be a tuple. You see? So now image process is going to be an image. Before it was going to be a tuple with an image inside. Okay. Okay. So now let's try to again. You try to do the push. Yeah, just push and then generate. Did you push? No. Okay, use token, generate, and now it's going to ask you for a token. And if you go into your, okay, so now don't do the expiration date 30 days because otherwise you need to do it again. I do it forever or something. And now if you go down, you just put accept. Okay, now I have to copy this to your GitHub, to your PyCharm, sorry. Yeah? Okay, let's see if it can push. Okay, now go to the web page of GitHub. Let's see who's identified in that commit. You have to refresh. Okay, so now it's there. Oh no, wait. You have to commit and push, yeah. So you go back to PyCharm. So you have to commit and push. Did you? It says here push successful on the right bottom. Yeah. Go back to your GitHub. Okay, so you have to push again if you do some change. You have to, so look, Vinicius, up there, you see changes, it's not ticked. That means you are not, yeah, now yes, commit and push. Okay, push successful. Can you go back to the, okay, now yes. It says, I don't know why. I don't know why. That's strange. Yeah. I don't know. I think you have to Google around. Just Google around, or create a new username in GitHub. Yeah. Doing a new clone, you mean? With a new repository, yeah. Yeah.
The first time you push on PyCharm, I don't know, first time, it asks for your name and your username. Then you have to input your username wrong. Now it's not connecting.
Okay, so can you open a terminal, Vinicius? In the terminal, you do git config. How do you can do git Yeah, you have to git config, now -- global. Global, it's here. I will send it to you through the chat of Zoom. So Zoom chat, where is Zoom? I have to see where Zoom is. Chat, okay, here. Take a look at this. Try to do that. That's what you were talking about, no, Manel? Or not really? Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was basically.
Okay, the email also perhaps, because this is what appears there, no? Yeah, put the email. So this should be the GitHub email, not the GitHub login, but the email which you have given to GitHub. Okay, now try to do a new push. You can use the PyCharm for that. You have to change something. Yes. Yeah, you are very fast, Vinicius, but yeah, now yes, you checked it. I only see the mouse going everywhere very fast. Okay, push. Can you, let's see now. Is it? No, it works? Yeah. Ah, good. Okay. So you owe me a coffee, Manel a coffee, and Lucas also a coffee. Okay, now we move to the exercise. So who wants to try to do the exercise? Sarah, I know you are very, I know you want to try it. Do you? Not really? Okay, next week I will ask you. Get ready. Okay. Anyone else wants to try this graphical user interface, this exercise 3? Come on, no one. That's what I want. Someone who has never done it before. Okay, Manel, you have to turn on the microphone.
Unmute myself, and I will share my screen. I'll just copy and paste this main.py.
Okay.
And now I have to copy this basically.
Yeah, better, yes. This is the starting point.
Yeah, and I'll just copy and paste this. Global variables. We have the window name, image gray none. On track, head code here to threshold image gray and images shown in window. Okay, basically, okay, this is the arg parse as we've done before. Load the images, the image gray, and code to create the track bar. Okay, yeah. The easy part is done, right? So, okay, sure. We are programming in Python, not in C++. This tutorial, you can all learn from here. Okay, it's basically the same, the path to the images. It reads the images. If it doesn't read it, could not open it, sure. Now it has the create track bar function from Opencv. You have to add the name, track bar name, title window, so we can know what window is it on, okay. This problem is the minimum value, and this is the maximum value, which is defined over here, yeah. And on track bar, this is the function, right, who has the alpha, beta, okay. Then you'll add weight, okay, sure. I think it makes sense. Pretty self-explanatory. But this is with CV, not with CV2.
Yeah,
don't know
I
if
always,
there's any
when I see
changes.
CV, I search for CV2. So I put in Google CV2. You know that the function is called create track bar. So just type CV2 create track bar, not with the dot. I think you shouldn't put the dot.
Now it's with the dot, but next time I'll.
Okay.
But why shouldn't I place the dot?
I think it searches more stuff without the dot, but
okay.
it worked fine, no problem.
Okay, sure. Okay, you have to name a window, as you should. You have to create a track bar. This is the name. I'm not searching for examples. I really just want the
manual. It was there before up there. It was there. CV3. Yeah.
Where?
No, in the example, you had a link to the manual, I think.
Okay.
There. It is not a link.
It's not clickable. Yeah. Which is a pain.
I go to Opencv manual. I think it's there, no?
Let me just replace the dot. Learn Opencv, sure. Maybe it works. Mouse and track bar on Opencv. Using track bar. Yeah, it's not working. It's just showing, but it's showing examples only.
No, but you can, okay, yes, you're right. But let's go from the example.
Yeah, sure.
I think you can do it from line 24.
Yeah, track bar value, window name, scale factor, max scaled up, scale image.
Scale image. This is
this is to scale an image, I think, with the track bar.
Okay.
It's the. It's really weird. Let me see if. Sorry about this.
No, it was not a good example. You're right.
This. Just hope. Sure, we can hope if it works.
I think it does work in this case.
Okay, sure.
This
okay,
one. I think
let's just copy and paste this. Window name. The window name is defined. CV2. Actually, I think PyCharm. Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's just do a parenthesis. Can you open a terminal, a Python terminal? So just type Python 3 here in a terminal.
Yeah, sure.
Python 3. Okay. Now you do import CV2. I never use this, but you can also use it. And now you do help between parentheses CV2. Okay, now you can go to the slash, sorry. So shift 7.
Yes.
Create track bar. This is a search. Create track.
Is it all together?
I think you can just type enter now.
Create track. Great. Track bar name, Windows name, value, count on change. I don't really know what the value count
is the function that is called when the track bar changes.
Okay. Sure.
This is called a callback.
Okay. And
now to quit, you type Q.
Q? Yeah, sure. Yeah, and now I can exit.
Okay, I do Control Shift D for exiting the PyCharm terminal.
Okay, now we have this on track bar, which is this function here. You can just call it, and track bar name will be a random name, I believe. It will be, well, for this case, it will be it's RGB, so it might be red, right? Mm-hmm. Title window will be window name. Window name, sure. 0. I believe this is
the current value, I think.
The current value, okay, and this is the maximum value.
Yeah.
Which would be 255. Okay. Now on track bar, we can This has a threshold in here.
It's not the threshold was because of the application. It was because the slider was controlling the threshold.
Okay.
In fact, what it gives you there in that argument is the value of the slider of the trackbar.
Yeah.
So you can just call it value or something. It's
Okay, sure. Sure, no problem. We can just say that first we will need to, how can we divide this? Like, because we will use split, I assume, to divide into channels, into red, green, and blue. But how can it be done on a function? How can the function know that I'm calling red? Can we see the name of the slider?
yes, I think you can. That's a good question. I think you can, or you can have a different function for each slider.
For each, okay.
Okay. So this should be on track bar red.
On track
It's
bar.
not just red, green, and blue. It's red minimum, red maximum, green minimum, green maximum.
Okay, yeah, sure. Red min, sure. But this will be, sorry.
On track bar use in threshold argument you can put red, for example.
Yes, that is another idea. So first do it like this, and then we evolve. to
Okay,
something
okay,
better.
sure. Sure, let's do this because now, and yeah, okay, sure. Now we can split the image. The image gray is a global function, so we can just call it here, image.
But you don't need to split, Manuel, because it's already just, we are just using one channel. So let's just do for example, the threshold for this image gray. Instead of, because
Okay.
you are doing, yeah, you don't need to split.
This is the min, okay, sure. Image gray. Oh, but this is just binarize, right?
Yeah, for example.
Okay, this is a lot more simple. Reduce. We only need one, right?
In
We don't
fact,
need a
yes.
minimum and a maximum. We just need the
Let's
frontier.
do the minimum and the maximum also. It's better because that way I can explain something that comes next that has to do with his question.
Okay, sure, but below the minimum, it should be
All zero.
all zero.
Above the maximum, all zero,
Okay.
and then one, everything in between.
Okay, sure. Now I can use the image gray and we can say, we can just look in here and just copy and paste something like this. I believe we can just say in range. We can create the mask in range. CV2 in range of the image gray, sorry, the image gray. And now the minimum and the maximum. The minimum obviously is 0 and the maximum is threshold. Are you following?
Yes,
Right?
So this threshold is going to be the minimum or the maximum?
This is going to be the minimum
So just call it
because
minimum
from
instead
0
of threshold. It's better. Call it minimum. The argument name.
instead, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
instead of threshold, it's easier. So this is minimum.
Minimum, okay.
And then now you are going to put everything white between 0 and minimum.
Between 0 and minimum, yes.
Between minimum and something and maximum, no? The idea was-
Between minimum and maximum, it would be gray, right? It would be in the middle.
We are thresholding, no? We have a mask. What do you want to? So let's
Yes, sorry.
example. What do you want to have as white? What is between the minimum and the maximum? Is that
No, between the maximum and 255, everything will be 255. Between 0 and the minimum, everything will be 0. And between the minimum and the maximum, it would be.
Okay. I wasn't thinking like
Okay.
this. Okay. So this is the mask of what you want to paint 0.
Yeah.
You paint as black. Okay.
Yeah.
You should call it mask black or something.
Sorry?
The mask would be mask black. So
Mask
the
black.
mask of what you want to paint black.
Mask black, sure. And we can say that the image gray of the mask. Oh, first we have to change it from uint to Boolean, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Mask
Yes
black.
type.
S type np.bool. Okay. And just the parts of image gray that are affected by the max black will be 0, right?
I think so. I think that's it. But well, not the
Yeah.
semicolon. That's
Yeah,
C.
that's
But
C.
my advice is let's do baby steps. So you are
Okay.
doing everything at once. I would do a checkpoint in between. So we are trying to call the on track bar min callback, giving an argument and doing the in range based on that argument. I would stop there, just showing the mask select. So you just do an EM show of the mask select there.
Yeah. Okay. I will just say I have not imported NumPy. So.
Okay, as NP. So just do an EM show, and then we see if the lines 18 and 19 will work. But first, let's verify that line 17 works, for example.
Okay, cv2 dot in show, mask black, sure.
It has to be window name and then
okay.
variable.
Mask black.
Okay, let's try. Let's try. Yeah.
Okay. Sure, this is exercise 3. So I'll just change my folder. Okay. I'll have to specify the path of the image. Yes. Main.py image, and I'll just use this one. I've just learned that Control-Shift-C copies the absolute path. So
yeah, right.
it's an easier way. And recognize
this minus EMG, no?
Minus I, okay.
Or minus I, okay.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Why don't we see an image? Okay, well, now we see it.
Why is this? Oh, because the window name. Okay.
You are showing. You are not showing anything on the windows. You have to do an EM show of the window exercise 3A.
Yeah, sure.
So you can see the original image there.
But the slider works, yeah.
So if it's 0.
If it's 0, it doesn't show anything because between 0 and 0.
But I think it's the other way around.
It's the other way around, right? Yeah.
I think this is inverted. What you can do is there is a flag in the threshold, CV2 threshold function, in which you can invert the output.
Okay.
Search for the manual CV threshold, CV2 threshold.
Okay, sure. CV2
threshold manual, something like that. Manual.
Is it on something official from Opencv?
Yes, that's what, yeah, typically yes.
Opencv, I don't know. It's here, image thresholding, right? Yeah.
Okay, so it's thresh binary inv for inverted.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, and we can use this function, maybe.
You are doing the in range, no? You are doing the in range.
I'm doing the in range.
So it's not a good idea to use the threshold here. You can continue to use the in range. Just invert the mask.
But why is it in this range?
Because if what you want is a mask of what you are going to paint black. So this mask should have white, everything that is supposed to be painted black.
Okay, sure. Now, was it... if I copy and paste this window name, will it work? Will it show on that window name?
Not a good idea, because when you create a track bar below, what you are doing is that you have a window and you create a track bar for that window. If you here try to show, yeah, you can show it here, yeah, no problem. You can show it here, makes sense. You don't even have to create it again. Even in the window you didn't need it.
Okay, sure.
Because you create it down there.
And now I can just, was it something like...
You can use the till. I don't know how to say in English.
Util.
Oh, till. Yeah. It's tilled in English, yeah.
With a T-I-L-D-E.
Okay. Does it work in here?
Yeah, I tested mine.
And I just say mask black is equal to tilde mask.
Inside the entry.
Yeah, but now it just, so it becomes, it's everywhere, yeah. Okay, if it works, that's great. Let's try it again. Okay. The typical.
The control.
Oh,
No, but I can help you. When you are when you are there, the control C doesn't work. You can do control anti-slash, which is the one on top of tab.
okay, yeah. Okay, great. Anti-slash.
A barra ao contrário, anti-barra.
Backslash, right?
Backslash, that's it.
But it's not.
No, only
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now if it, yeah, now it's working well. No?
Yeah, now it's working. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Now, let's just do a new track bar. How much time do we have? Okay, we have
15
New
minutes.
track bar for the maximum.
For the maximum, so we need a new function. Oh, but we only created the mask. We now need to do this, right?
Yes, now we need to do something like that to paint the image. Yeah, okay.
Okay, sure. But now I don't think this applies, right?
It does, I think
It does? Okay,
yeah.
so let's just try
But
it.
now you are not showing image gray. You have to show it somewhere.
I can show it, I think.
Okay, you are not showing the mask now,
Yeah,
you just show the
not
image gray.
showing the
Okay, makes
mask.
sense.
This should,
Although I'm not
I cannot reference this. Well, let's try it.
Yeah, the problem now is that image gray is changed on the first iteration, and then when you are going to change, you are going to change on top of that change. So it's accumulating the changes. You have to, every time you want to do it again, you have to create a new copy of image gray and apply the changes. Okay?
Okay.
This is what we typically call a TMP, temporary variable. So for example, on line 16, it should be, for example, yeah, it can be on line 19 and a half, yeah? That's where you are putting the changes. You just say TMP equals, image TMP equals, a copy of image gray.
Copy that, copy. Image gray.
Okay, and now you apply the changes to the TMP one, and you show the TMP.
Okay.
That way you make sure that every time you do the process again, you start from the initial point, because image gray is always untouched.
Okay, sure.
Now it should work. Not yet?
Yeah,
yes,
it works.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Now, how do you put the new track bar for the maximum?
I believe we have to create a new function. I'm just going to create one based on this. Place the right indentation. Just create a new line of create track bar. I'll just copy and paste. This is not red now. This is minimum. And this will be maximum. And this will be on track bar max, on track bar max. This will be maximum. Now, instead of the image being in range of 0 and minimum, it will be in range of maximum and 255. And the rest should be the same, I believe.
Except that
This is 200.
0.
Yeah. Okay, now we can run this, and I don't know why this doesn't apply unless I try it.
Yeah, I will tell you what you can do about that, but
this is, oh yeah, it's changing, yeah, according to, it's not working properly. It's not using the same image.
The problem is that it's doing part of the procedure when you use the top slide bar, and the other part when you use the bottom one.
Yeah.
You should do all the procedures when you use any of the slide bars.
Yeah.
One idea is that you can put together all functions in a single one. How can you do that? If you use this function on track bar, a single function, you need a second argument to tell you whether you are touching the minimum or the maximum.
Okay.
And for that, use partial. Partial is a way of giving a portion of a function. Let me just share the screen.
Sure. 10 minutes.
Yeah. So for partial, suppose that you have a function Okay, so I will start a new one. Partial example. Okay. Let's say that I have a function which is to sum. Def sum a, b, return a plus b. Okay, so how I use the function is as you typically use. You are going to say something like well, sum is not a good name because I think it's already used. So let me say my sum. So I'm just going to do my sum of 4 and 7. And that is going to be a print of my sum 4 and 7. Okay? Oops, sorry. Partial example. Okay, so this is 11. Hurrah, it can have. Now, the problem is, suppose that I want to use my sum as a function that will always add to a number, for example, number 7. So, for example, I'm always going to use my sum like this. So I'm going to sum a with 7, b with 4 with 7, 3 with 7, 9 with 7. B is always 7. So what can I do in these cases? I can define a new function, which is called my sum B7, okay? Something like this, which only takes an A. And this function would be my sum of A and 7. It would return this. The question is that we can find a way to do this in a simpler way by doing the following. We can create the my sum B7 has a partial function. Partial is a special library in Python which will create a function which is a partial call of the function that I put here. So if I put here my sum, he knows that I have to call A and B, but I can say, oh, this is going to be calling my sum always with B equals 7. Okay? So this is a partial call of function my sum. And in this way, I can do print my sum 9. He knows B is 7 already. Okay? My sum B7, exactly. Sorry. I'm in a hurry. Okay, and it still works. So the idea, and we don't have time, so I leave it for you to try it at home. The idea that Manel was doing was he had two functions, one for each slider, but he can do a single function which will know which is the slider that said something because it can have an additional value, which would be the B in this example, okay? So this B would be minimum red or it would be maximum red, and that way you would know inside the function from which slider the callback was called, and that way you can then again do the entire procedure there. Okay. So I'm not like doing things in a hurry. I think is worse than not doing them. So I leave it for you to try it at home, and then we can discuss next week. Don't forget to try to do this challenge for next week of part 5, not 5, 6, I think. It is about detecting when you are speaking, okay? So, especially for you, which cannot go attend the class next week, it's not for evaluation, but it is a challenge if you go here. The idea is to make a program which tries to identify when people are speaking in front of the laptop, okay? That's it. I don't think I should give any more. So you have a lot of work this week. I think more than doing the assignment. Okay? Yeah. Okay. See you next week then. Anyone at home needs help or not? Okay, I don't think so. See you next week.